questions that we would like to ask you is, how do we make sure, or is it too late to make sure, Ferguson, the Fair Street? Gentlemen?
Well, I'll start with me. My name is Wyndal. I'm a trial lawyer, practice law across the state. My office is in downtown Baltimore. I'm originally the warrior lawyer. What I've been doing lately is going across the state talking about our cell phones. These simple devices pack a lot of technology that are very useful when it comes to encounters with police. And not only are they useful in protecting oneself against your rights being violated and vindicating your rights in court, but they're also useful to parents who have children who drive automobiles, and they can assist them in guiding them with their encounters with police. On everybody's cell phone, they all have video cameras, these smartphones, and these kids have them. They have video cameras. And the video cameras are great, but one of the most, I think, fascinating devices about this phone is that they all come with a voice recorder. And in Maryland, some of us get, you know you can videotape police in the performance of their public duties. But some of us may get nervous about videotaping police, but you have a voice recorder. And the good thing about this voice recorder is that you can put it in your pocket, and when the police officer comes up to you, to your car, you see in fact, I tell young people, when you see the lights on in your rearview mirror, practice using this voice recorder and hit the record button as soon as you see the lights, so that when the police officer approaches your car, you have the beginning of the encounter through the end of it. And the beautiful thing about this voice recording device is, I just had it in my pocket, and it records wonderfully. And when the police officer comes up to you, and this is good because, it can't stop a police officer from pouncing on you or beating you out in the street. But when you get your lawyer and you have this recording, we can use this. We could use it, we could get it transcribed into, we can get a transcript developed from it, or we could use it for whatever it's worth in the courtroom. We can play it, and in the case that I have on this actual phone, we will use it to impeach the credibility of the officers, and it will keep a record of the stop. So when your son says, "Mom, I got stopped by police," and you ask him what happened, well, let me hear the recording. So you can use it as a teaching tool with your children to assist you in helping them get through these processes. But again, with us, I can use it in court, and it's the most amazing thing, and it works wonders because you don't need a witness. And normally when you have a police encounter and a teenager, nobody's listening to what the teenager has to say, and the teenager could be right. But if you got it on the recorder, oh yeah, we could do something with this. We could do something with it in the criminal arena, and we can do something with it in the civil arena. And so don't worry about, whether or not it's legal or not legal. It's legal. It is not a wiretap. It's not a transmission. You're recording a police officer in the performance of his public duties. And even if there were any questions about that, leave it to lawyers. That's what we do every day. We determine what's legal and what's not legal. Another thing I think would be helpful against the police, or in protecting us against the police, is to develop some type of registry. Sex offenders have registries. Gun offenders have registries. But police who engage in misconduct, they don't have a registry. And this doesn't have to come from, and this wasn't my idea, it was Heber Brown's idea, so I'm giving him credit for it, Pastor Heber Brown. This doesn't necessarily have to come from the government. We can develop this through Facebook or some type of social media. And anytime something happens, it can be self-reported. And you can put, as long as it's truthful, it's not defamation. Truth is an absolute defense to defamation. So whether or not the police officer agrees as to what happened, if you're telling the truth as to what the police officer did, and you feel as though his name should go on this registry, put his name up there. We want to know who these police officers are. We need to keep track of these police officers who continuously violate the rights of the citizens. And we have to do it for ourselves, and because the government is not going to do it, because they're too beholden to the Fraternal Order of Police and other unions. and it may not be politically expedient for them to do it. But these are things that we don't have to wait for somebody to pay for. These are things that we can do for ourselves. So I just suggest that we start doing that. But if you don't know anything else, you didn't learn anything else from me today, tell your children about this audio recording device. Make sure they know it, have them practice it so they become fluent in it. They can pull it up even when they're nervous, but they can pull it up without thinking. Have it be one of the icons on their phones so they don't even have to look for it. And this will work wonders for us. Again, and also video recorder, not to diminish that. You should also video record, but again, these audio recording devices are the future. Police have technology. They have computers in their cars. They have cameras. They can scan your tag without even getting out of their car. And they can tell you whether you're a licensed driver or whether the car is registered, or whether the plates are expired, what have you. They can do all that. So use the technology that we have. We got technology